evening. Actually, it's not evening, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, so it's not that late. I'm going to have a quick chat with you about caffeine because a few of you have asked me about headaches. Some of you are getting headaches, and some of you are severely cutting down your caffeine intake because you feel that you have too much tea and coffee and are trying to cut that down. And feel that some of that is causing you headaches, could be other things. I'll have a chat about that in a minute. And a few of you are asking for alternatives and which alternatives I would suggest. So, firstly, caffeine itself, I'm made a few notes so I don't forget to tell you anything. So if I'm looking down here, I'm looking down here, I'm reading from some notes I've got so I don't miss anything. Caffeine is, first of all, it's natural, okay? It is a natural stimulant. It works on your brain, that's where its effect is, and it blocks adenosine, which is a neurotransmitter that affects your brain and relaxes it and makes you feel tired. Now, our adenosine levels increase during the day. So as we progress through the day, we start to feel more tired and more relaxed, okay? You've not got many of them in the morning, which is why you feel, once you're awake, you tend to feel quite alert in the morning, and generally we then go into an energy slump in the afternoon towards the evening. Caffeine acts by blocking that adenosine, okay? So as it blocks the tiredness and blocks the relaxation, it obviously picks us up and makes us feel more alert again. So it's a natural stimulant, and that's how it acts in the body. Now, you know what contains it: coffee, tea, soft drinks such as Coke, chocolate, that kind of thing will contain caffeine. It has some very positive health side effects, or has been proven to. So it can boost your metabolism. So I put something about metabolism in the group yesterday. It can boost your metabolism, and it can promote fat loss. It can be a friend as far as fat loss is concerned. You find it in green tea along with antioxidants, which are great. So green tea is known for being a good fat burning promoter, and it can also improve exercise performance. So if you have a caffeine drink before you come to exercise, it can make you work that little bit harder, help you work that little bit harder. It can improve your mood, it can reduce depression, it can protect against Alzheimer's. A lot of studies have shown that caffeine regularly in the diet can protect against Alzheimer's. It has been shown, or coffee and tea and other contents within them have been shown to reduce your risk of heart disease. That's my cat in the background. Reduce risk of type 2 diabetes. Be good for the health of your liver, be good for your skin, be good for your gastrointestinal tract, so your gut tract. So all in all, there are quite a few things that caffeine can be very promotive of as regards to your health. But it depends on the individual you are, and it depends on the dose. It's addictive as well, okay? Now, as is with a lot of things in life, it depends on your genes. So it depends what you've been passed down from your parents. I'm going to read something from a course that I'm doing at the moment that is quite pertinent to this, okay? So we have genes in our livers that make a specific enzyme necessary to break down caffeine. Due to the small genetic differences within us, which are called polymorphisms, some of us have the enzyme that breaks down caffeine quickly, some of us have the enzyme that breaks down caffeine slowly. It's very similar with alcohol. Some of us will react to alcohol very differently to others. Some it makes us all hyper and very loving and like boosts our mood. Others it sends us to sleep, or it makes us feel really low or depressed. So it depends on how your genes and the enzymes that your genes are promoting react to the substance coming into your body. People with the fast enzyme see an improvement in health when they drink 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day. In their bodies, the caffeine is processed and removed quickly, while the antioxidants found in the coffee can stick around and help protect against free radicals, which are what we don't want in the body when it comes to cancer. However, people with the slow enzyme are more likely to experience health problems with the same 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day, because the caffeine is allowed to remain in the body for longer periods of time, and it can become unhealthy. Now, going back to caffeine being healthy and being unhealthy, if it's not great for you, the things it can cause are anxiety, restlessness, irregular heartbeat, problems with your sleeping, headaches, migraines, high blood pressure, and it can interact with some meds as well. Okay, so the bottom line as far as caffeine goes and whether you should have it or not is largely a very much it depends answer, in that it depends on you. It depends on you as an individual. I don't have a huge amount of caffeine in my diet because I know it wires me straight away. Okay, it very much. If I have, for example, a Diet Coke or something, I don't know how much caffeine is in there, my legs will be jittering under the table and I'm very sensitive to it. My other half, for example, could have 2 shots of espresso before he goes to bed, wouldn't affect his sleep whatsoever. Okay, so big depends on what caffeine does to you as to whether you want to continue drinking it or not. Now, provided it doesn't have any adverse effects for you and you enjoy it, which is a big part of this, remember we're looking for a diet that is sustainable long term. If you enjoy caffeine and it doesn't have any adverse effects on you, nothing should stop you continuing to drink it. Where it becomes an issue is when it's an addictive substance, where it becomes addictive and we come to rely on it. So when we cannot function in the morning before we have our morning cup of coffee, for example, and then we need another one to boost us up, and then we get a slump and we need another one, that's the type of behaviour that isn't going to do our health any good in the long run. So if you are having 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day, or tea, or Coke's different matter because of the sugar, but you're having caffeine in your diet and it's a relatively moderate amount, there's nothing to say that you should be stopping doing that. If you know your caffeine load is a lot higher than you want it to be, or you feel in yourself that you would have gained health benefits from cutting your caffeine down, if you go cold turkey on it, you will, or there's a potential for you to suffer from migraines or headaches. Simply because, and I think I've addressed this before, as a mammal, as many mammals do, we store toxins in our fat, okay? Our body is constantly trying to do the best thing for us in order to keep us safe. And when toxins are in the bloodstream, they can cause damage. When they're shuttled away into fat cells, they're out of harm's way, and that's where your body puts them. So as soon as we start to lose weight and we're cutting down on our caffeine, we've not got as much caffeine coming into the body, which is one change for our body, but also as we start to lose weight, all of the toxins from the fat come, because the fat's burnt down, they re-enter the bloodstream and then again can cause havoc. So we've got a double whammy effectively when we're losing weight and cutting caffeine down. We've got suddenly taking something away that our brain and our body's used to having, and we're also flooding the blood with toxins that we're trying to shuttle through. We're trying to flush out with plenty of water, which is key. But that could cause us headaches and migraines as well, depending on the nature of the toxins. So I say it all the time, but having plenty of water is the best thing you can do to help flush the toxins through. If you want to reduce your caffeine, reducing it slowly will help you get over that caffeine withdrawal that could be causing the headaches. So if you're on 5 a day, try cutting it down to 4 to 3 to 2, for example, if you're wanting to. And alternatives to caffeine, I try and steer away from decaffeinated general products from supermarkets, only because the decaffeination process often uses a lot of chemicals to strip the caffeine out. Firstly, it doesn't take all of the caffeine out, so while it says decaffeinated, there'll probably still be some caffeine in there. And you will be ingesting some chemicals, again, talking of toxic load, that you'd be better off not doing. A lot of tea bags as well are bleached, so they've got fluoride in them, which, again, you don't want. So I always go for, and this is a personal thing, but this is what I would recommend, you go for naturally caffeine-free tea or coffee. Actually, I'm not sure you can get naturally caffeine-free coffee, but there you go. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm not as au fait with coffee, but you can buy Swiss water-filtered, or as long as it's water-filtered coffee, it goes through a natural process to remove the caffeine rather than a chemical one. You can get, excuse me, itchy nose. So you can get some of those products online. I'm not sure places like Tesco's and Sainsbury's do them. Tea, you want to stick to natural caffeine-free teas, and there are tons of them. You're talking of your peppermint, your ginger, your dandelion, your nettle, your chamomile. All those herbal teas are the best teas you can get in terms of being naturally caffeine-free. If they're loose or they're in an unbleached tea bag, even better, because you're getting no chemicals in the tea bag. I use Red Bush. Red Bush is naturally caffeine-free. I also use a lot of the Neal's Yard tea, so the calming tea, that's a blend of lime flower and chamomile and things like that. They're gorgeous. I used to drink a lot of fruit tea, but be careful with fruit tea because it's very acidic on your teeth. So while it's fine for the rest of your body, You can get a lot of sensitivity in your teeth because it is very acidic. The herbal teas aren't, so they're a lot safer that way. Okay, now this was a short video and has ended up being 10 minutes long, so I'm going to stop there. But if effectively, don't believe all you read about caffeine being bad for you. It very much depends on your genes. It may be, and you will know whether a lot of caffeine does you any favours or not. If you don't have much, it doesn't do you any damage, and you enjoy it, there's no reason to stop with your cups of coffee or your cups of tea. If you feel you're addicted to it and you drink too much and you know that it's not doing your health any good, then by all means try to reduce it. Do it slowly to avoid the headaches if you can. Flush out with plenty of water, especially when you're doing it in conjunction with weight loss to flush those toxins through. And for alternatives, you want alternatives where the caffeine has been removed through a non-toxic process or when there was no caffeine in the product in the first place. So herbal teas and the likes that aren't, the original tea plant that's got the caffeine to have it extracted. So all your herbal range. Fruit teas are fine, but just be careful with them because of your teeth acidity. Okay, I hope that helps. As always, send me a message or anything if you are unclear on any of that. Okay, speak to you all soon. Bye.